Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. First of all, wish you all a very happy new year. We have a very special car for the review today, and that's nothing but the 2021 Kia Sonet. Right now in the compact SUV segment, this is the highest selling vehicle, and we'll find out what's the reason for that today. So the Kia actually comes in two categories, that is the Tech line and the GT line. Tech line has further three variants, that is the HT, the HTK and the HTX, whereas the GT line has the GT, GTK and the GTX. E obviously stands for Energy, K for Class and X for Extreme Sports. So this is actually the GTX Plus variant. This is the top of the line diesel variant. So now in the GT line actually you get these red accents here. It gives a very sporty and youthful character to the car. These red accents come only in the GT line. It comes here and also on the side skirts. And you also get sunroof with this GT line. Now if you see the paint quality, it's actually pretty good. It's white metallic paint. I'm not sure if you can see the glitter on it. Let's talk about the engine. So this engine is actually the 1.5 liter CRDI diesel engine. The Sonet's engine comes in two tunes. This is the higher tuned engine. This actually has a variable geometry turbocharger which is mated to a 6-speed torque converter automatic gearbox. This produces around 113 bhp with 250 Nm torque. Now the detuned diesel engine actually produces around 19 bhp and 240 Nm torque. That has a lower spec fixed geometry turbocharger which is mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox. So these are 16-inch wheels and the tire is MRF Wanderers. The size is 215/60 R16. It's the same all around. So this is where the rear view camera is integrated. It's integrated quite well. So let's check out the boot space now. There's a massive 392 liters of boot space with the back seats up. Now with the back seats all the way down you get obviously more. But there's a small disadvantage in this, that is the split seat is not 60/40 rear split. So the disadvantage with that is that you can't have a person sitting behind as well as use the extra boot space. You'll have to use the entire back seat which is unusable for someone to sit behind. So actually the front seat is adjusted to my height and my driving position. I'm actually 5 feet 8 and when you see that I have actually enough knee room and headroom behind here. And 2 to 3 people can sit comfortably behind. There's no issues with that. It is amply wide. The third person might be a squeeze, but 3 children can sit comfortably behind. And talking about the rear seat comfort, the back cushion and the under thigh support is really good behind here. So behind you also get these rear AC vents. It looks pretty good and it's also very effective. You get an indicator here once the car is on. I'll show that later. And also behind here you get a single Bose speaker and the controls for the windows. This is the lock unlock button and you also get a rear center light. It's a white LED and you have the smart air purifier, shows the air quality index. You can also see it in front here. This is the AQI, which is the air quality index. So I just want to show you how the door shuts and opens. Wow, that's a reassuring thud. So as you can see the steering wheel, it's a flat bottom steering wheel with the GT line emblem and it feels also very premium. You can see the red stitching on the steering wheel. There are controls for the MID display as well as the 10.25 inch HD screen. The controls are right here. This is the same 10.25 inch unit that you get on the Seltos as well. It's very fluidic, very smooth. It's a touchscreen unit and you have Android Auto as well as Apple CarPlay and you have navigation screen. This unit is very impressive and apart from that then you have the AC controls here. This is the fan speed control and this is the cooling and heating function and you have the rear defogger and this is the air refresh button. Okay, this is the AC ventilation for the seats. these two buttons. This is for the passenger side and this is for the driver side. So you get actually cool air from the seats here. This is a very useful feature for a hot climate like ours, and many cars don't have this feature, so this is very impressive that the Sonet gets it. And down below we have the wireless charging as well as the cooling vents for cooling the phone. See, as you insert this here, the phone is automatically charging, so this is wireless charging. And down below here you have two USB ports as well as a 12-volt charging. And as you come here, this has automatic dimming function, and you have an SOS function, that is in case of an accident this will automatically send a distress signal. Then you have roadside assistance from Kia by pressing this button. And then as you come above here, you get a sunglass holder with soft lining inside to protect it from scratches. Then you have two LED lights, two LED map lights, and this is the button to open and close the sunroof. You have to press it twice to open it fully. Yeah, now it's opened fully. Now this is a cool sunroof. Let's close it. And the cover is a manual open and close cover. Now the dashboard plastic quality, it's all hard materials. You don't get any soft touch materials anywhere on the top part of the interior, but it's still very good quality plastic. Whether you touch it or you see it, it feels of a very superior quality. Also, if you see these AC vents, this piano black texture over here, it's very beautiful, and also the controls is very smooth to operate, very smooth. So overall I would say that the interior quality is very decent. Even though there is no soft touch materials anywhere, it still feels a very good quality. It's hard, but it's a very good quality. Okay, here there is some soft touch plastic, just slightly soft touch with red stitching. Also you get enough cubby hold space. You have enough space for the cups and bottles. You also have an umbrella holder here. Unfortunately the buttons are not illuminated, and you have a cubby hole here. You have enough storage space here. You have a storage space here, but this is not a cooled glove box. The space is not that much, it's just okay. Again, soft touch plastic here. You get a Bose speaker and a tweeter. The music system in this is actually very good. I would rate it at least 7 to 8 out of 10. You don't really need to upgrade the music system. Obviously it's Bose, so it sounds very good. Let me show you this also. So this is the air purifier. You can open this and replace it. Space is okay. I think you can keep a small mobile phone inside here, and you can see the vents over here for the air purifier. It's actually a bit small. Yeah, it should have come a little bit more forward, so you could have rest your hand here. It's too back, and it's not enough to rest your hand, so that could be a shortcoming for some.
How can I help you?
Close the driver's side window.
Closing the driver's window.
Wow. Talking about the AC, it chills the interior in no time. You also have a rear aircon vent. So the cabin is actually very cold during even a hot summer time. The AC is that effective. Along with the ventilated seat, it's very impressive. So I'm going to start the engine right now, just to show you how refined the engine is and how the NVH is controlled inside this vehicle. There is no vibration at all inside. The steering didn't vibrate, the gearbox did not vibrate, and overall NVH levels, it's really well controlled inside this vehicle. It's very impressive. It's a diesel engine, but all Hyundai and Kia cars are almost similar in this aspect. The NVH is really superb. Now coming to the gear knob, it looks very premium, made of leather, and you can see red stitching on it. And to move the gear lever, you'll have to press this button inside, this lock button inside, and then shift the gear. There is sport mode in this. You'll have to move to the right and move up for the up gear and down for the low gear. So now let's go for the drive. Let's shift it to D. We are driving the Kia Sonet right now, and first what you see and touch is the steering wheel, and it actually feels very premium. The horn also feels very premium. I just honk right now. It feels like a Skoda horn. Now you can actually control the music system with the knobs on the left side here. This is the volume control and this is the track select button. You also have the UO voice command over here. Now on the right, you can actually control the information on the 4.2 inch screen. See, as you press this, you can get the tire pressure monitor system here. It shows 35 psi on all wheels except the one rear wheel, which is showing 34 psi of pressure. Then next gives you the accumulated information of this vehicle. It shows the mileage of 15.2 kilometers per liter, which is pretty impressive for a diesel engine. And this is the compass. And this button actually controls the cruise control speed. This I think you can change only when you're on the move. So right now we are driving the Sonet on the road. Now these are good paved roads with slight undulations. And when you drive sedately, the drive is really good. It's very smooth. The engine is smooth. The gear shift is even smoother. Being a torque converter AMT gearbox, you don't get any of that head nod, and you don't even feel the gear shift. It's very seamless. That's how impressive this torque converter gearbox is. Also, the ride and handling is actually impressive. The tires are actually on a higher pressure. It's around 35 psi, but even then the ride quality is very decent. It's very respectable. See, if you press this drive button, you can see the drive modes change. There is eco mode, normal mode and sport mode. Sport mode is actually where you get the complete performance of this engine. So I'll show you the performance right now. I'm going to slam the accelerator. Oh my god. Excellent performance. Amazing. The acceleration picks up so fast, and my god, I think it does a 0 to 100 sprint of 10.65 seconds in sport mode, and it's also holding on to gears much longer. The engine obviously is audible above 2500 3000 rpm. You can hear it inside, but it's still very refined and good. It actually feels very sporty and enthusiastic. Surely you can feel a difference. So obviously what is letting down this Sonet is definitely the tires. The MRF Wanderer tires are not actually that good. The grip levels are low. Also the ride quality I think is hampered slightly by it. We all know that MRF tires are actually of a little harder compound. So obviously that is one thing that hampers its ride quality. Otherwise the handling and ride quality is decent with sedate driving. Next we'll have to check out the ride and handling and how the suspension feels over potholed and very bad roads. So we are headed out there right now. Yeah, we can actually also manually shift the gears with this Tiptronic gearbox. Just tilt it to the right and you can move it up the gear. The gears do shift, but it actually automatically shifts within that gear range. Now if you go a little faster, it stays within the third gear but it doesn't shift up. Obviously this is the way that this gearbox works. It won't shift up till you shift. We are in third gear still. Now I'm going to shift up. There, fourth gear. Obviously when you come down a gear or when the RPM reduces, it will automatically downshift because within gears 1 to 4 it will automatically shift. Like there you see I didn't shift the gear but it shifted to third gear. You obviously don't need to remove your leg from the accelerator while you shift gears. It's very seamless. Now coming to the braking performance, all four wheels have disc brakes, so the braking performance is impressive. So coming to the ride quality, it's again, as I said, it's very impressive. The suspension damping is good. The ride and handling is very matured. It's very European car-like. It is stiff, but it's not that stiff as Seltos. It's very matured and very composed. Even body roll is well controlled. As you can see, there's a bad stretch of road coming up right now. It's actually a very bad stretch of road. But I'll show you how it is on this car. The tire pressure is actually on the higher side. It's around 36-37 psi. If you reduce it down to 32 psi and you have a better set of tires like from Bridgestone or Continental, the ride quality will improve even further. It will improve tremendously actually. So that is one thing you need to keep in mind. Now coming to the ride height, we get around 205 mm of ride height, and that is actually more than enough The car will not bottom out anywhere. You don't have to worry about the underbody scraping down anywhere. But ride quality is just amazing. It's just too good. Can't believe it's this good. To talk about the safety, this top end variant actually comes with 6 airbags, whereas obviously the lower variants will not get as many airbags. I think you get just 2 airbags. Then you get also ABS, EBD, so it comes fully loaded in terms of safety. Also 66% rigid steel is used in the construction of this body shell, so that is also very impressive. Also, when you take the NHAP crash safety ratings, Hyundai Venue, which this car is based on, gets 3-star safety rating. So I think this car will also get almost equal safety ratings. So all in all, if you see, the performance is impressive on this car, the ride and handling is impressive on this car, the features are impressive. So this totally is a very impressive car, to be quite honest. So coming to the conclusion, what do I think about the Kia Sonet? Well, to be honest, I'm actually pretty impressed by this car. I showed you all the features. I showed you how the ride and handling stacks up for this vehicle. The engine performance is also again stellar. It has the same 1.5 liter CRDI diesel engine, which is not only refined, but it is also smooth and it's also very fast. It's very quick. So as a total package, this is a brilliant all-round vehicle. And compared to the Seltos, I think the ride quality and handling is actually much better. In the Seltos, the ride and handling is actually a bit more stiff and sporty, which is not that good for our roads. But this vehicle, it's totally different. The ride and handling is actually more matured. So it's actually very impressive. And this top of the line variant costs around 14 to 15 lakh rupees. So for that price range, this is amazing value. Also, when you see in terms of interior space for a family of 5, this is very good. It's very decent. Obviously, if you're cross shopping between the Seltos and the Sonet, I wouldn't be surprised if you drop the Seltos and go for the Sonet, because that's how impressive this vehicle is. So in the compact SUV segment, this car has hit the ball out of the park, and it's no wonder that it's selling around 10,000 units a month on average. That's what I have to say about the Kia Sonet. It's a very impressive vehicle. If you're looking for a car in the budget of 15 lakh rupees, you should definitely check out this vehicle. It's too good. Just go for a test drive of this vehicle, and I'm pretty sure you'll be bowled over by this car's features and performance. It's very impressive. So now let's get some feedback from the owner of this vehicle. It's none other than my cousin sister, Janisha.
Sandaman channel viewers, a very big hi and a happy new year to you all.
Okay, so now let's get some feedback from her. What do you think about the Kia Sonet?
I just love this car because of its performance and some features like its seat ventilations. And then it has an amazing music system, and I just love it. And it was a dream about this sunroof.
Okay,
yes, okay. That was the first option why we took this Kia Sonet.
Right.
And I'm so happy to have this Kia Sonet.
All right, great. Yeah, and she also has a YouTube channel of her own. So please, I'll link that in the description below. Please go watch it and subscribe to it. Thank you, Janisha.
Bye.
Okay. The car has done actually 3,000 kilometers, and you heard from the owner herself. She actually likes the features more than anything else on this vehicle. And obviously this car is more than its features. The ride quality, the handling, the performance are all very impressive on this vehicle. I feel the ride and handling is actually much better than the Seltos for sure. It's a mature setup on this vehicle. Yeah, as the miles rack up, I'll definitely give an ownership update in future as well. So stay tuned for that. That's it from my end. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you did, please do hit the like button. Also consider subscribing to my channel if you like reviews like this. And until next time, this is Stan signing out. Bye bye.